But I love Rob. I gave him a pep talk, and he has had people laughing. So Rob, get ready to carry on this laugh with me and Rachel. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my good friend and a new father, Rob.
Yay! Fucking hell, Nelson. I've never been brought on by somebody who literally just had to ask the crowd not to kill themselves. That's weird, isn't it? Fuck. These next 10 minutes, by the way, I'm basically just going to tell you all a load of the dumb shit that my kids say and do. As Nelson just mentioned, I'm a new father. I say new father. I'm a father again for the third time. To give you an idea of how this is going to go, I'll start with a pretty short story. I've got my eldest kid, he's 14 years old, he's recently come up to me and he went, "Dad, I've started listening to classic rock." I was like, "Oh, awesome, this is my sort of music." I was like, "What have you been listening to, kid? AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones?" And he he said, "No, none of that shit." He said, "I've been listening to Blink-182. What the fuck are you on about? Classic rock? That's not classic rock." And he went, "Oh yeah, it is." And for those playing along at home, this is the first dumb thing that he said. He went, "Oh yeah, it is. It's the sort of music that old people listen to, or people your age." What a prick. He's not with us anymore. Motherfucker. He genuinely said that as well. He was like, "Old people listen to that, or people your age." I was like, I brought you into this one. I'll fucking take you out. But yeah, as Nelson said, I've just had a baby as well. So like 8 weeks ago, I had my third child, my third boy as well. So he doesn't really do any dumb shit yet because he's only 8 weeks old, right? The dumbest thing that he does is he just shits himself all the time. It's fucking well embarrassing, isn't it? But yeah, so I'll tell you something that I did that was really, really dumb. Something that I said that was really, really dumb, which really upset his mum while we were going through the birthing process. So we got to the hospital. We were actually there for a week because there was complications with the birth and stuff. So she had to have a C-section. So we were there for about a week. Day 2, one of the nurses came up to me and was like, "Oh, you must be dad, or are you going like father?" And I'll be honest, mate, I saw my opportunity here and I fucking took it. And I went, "Actually, I think we're going daddy." It's already a pretty exciting experience having a child, but if you want to make it more exciting, just have every nurse in the hospital refer to you as daddy for a week. It's cool. As I said though, we had complications. We had to have an emergency C-section. We went into the operating theatre, and while they were prepping, I said, because I'm intrigued, I said, "Can I look while you're doing the operation?" And the doctor went, "No, sir, no, Mr. Wood, you can't look. You can't look because we have too many fainters." I thought, this motherfucker doesn't know who he's talking to. I'm not a fainter. Who do you think I am? So I thought, I've got to buy him time here. And I went, "No worries, doc, I won't look." So I sat here. She was here. They cut her open, they took the baby out, they took the baby over to the corner. And then they said, "Sir, would you like to come and meet your son?" And I said, "Yes, I would." So I walked over. He was over here. I was right here. I was looking at him. I was like, that is a baby. That is a baby boy. He's got a great dick on him as well. Well done. He's got a great dick on him. Yeah, that's a baby. 10 fingers, 10 toes. Yeah. All well, all good. And then I looked. And then I looked into this chasm that the surgeons have just carved into the belly of my partner. And then I fainted. Ladies and gentlemen, I fucking hit the floor like a sack of shit. I fainted. Luckily, babe, while I was unconscious on the floor, I heard this noise, this voice, this angelic noise coming from the corner. This sweet little noise that reignited my consciousness, brought me back to the land of the living. It was the hot little midwife that just went, "Is Daddy okay?" Yeah, I am now! I'm recording this, she fucking hates that joke. So that's my youngest. He's 8 weeks old, so I've got an 8 week bit. When do you stop saying week, by the way? When do you start like saying months or years? Oh, 8 week old. I've got a middle child as well. He's 388 weeks old. That's 7.5. We genuinely have rules in our house. We have rules in our house which were specifically put in place because of this 7-year-old terror. Rule number 1. So we've got this rule that if we're having a conversation, you can't look at screens. This is something that the whole family now has to abide by as well. You can't look at screens if you're having a conversation. This rule came about because not too long ago, I had to go up to my son and I had to break the heartbreaking news to him that my granddad, his great-granddad, had just passed away. I went to him, I went, kid, listen, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but great-granddad has gone to heaven. He's passed away. I'm here to talk about it. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to say, I'm here. Like, we can support each other through this. And he looked up at me. I'll never forget the words that he said. He said, Dad, can I get 1,000 V-Bucks for Fortnite, please? It's really, I was like, no, of course you fucking can't. So now we have the rule, you cannot look at screens when we're having a conversation. The next rule that we have as well is that you can't, no matter how important you think the thing that you need to tell me is, you can't leave the toilet until you've finished going to the toilet. We had to learn from experience with that one. We had tiny little snail trails leading around the house. Horrible. That's a genuine rule in our house now. You're not allowed to leave the toilet until you finish going to the toilet. The next rule as well is that it's good to try new things, but this one has backfired on me. We always tell the kids it's good to try new things. Like, I don't mind if you don't like it, but I want to see you try it, so I know that you've tried it. Because otherwise you're just going to say that you don't like stuff that you don't like the look of. So it's good to try new things. That's a rule in our house. Recently, that's backfired on me, because Ezra now comes up to me. It's my 7-year-old. He comes up to me. He goes, "Hi, Dad." No, he doesn't. All right, kid, why do you sound like fucking Reggie Cray? He comes up to me. He goes, "All right, Dad, what are you eating?" I go, "Oh, just some sweet potato fries." He goes, I really like sweet potato fries. I've had sweet potato fries before. Okay? That's nice. Yes, yeah. Sweet potato fries are my new favourite food. I love them. I had them at school. Would you like a sweet potato fry? He goes, yeah, I would. He takes one. I don't like sweet potato fries, Dad, but it's good to try new things. This is what he does now with all of my food. He'll take a bite out of it, and usually split it directly back onto the plate as well. Kids are disgusting. My eldest as well, this story is, I said, I'm going to tell that story. And he was like, please don't tell that story. He's like, especially not if it's getting recorded. I was like, I'm going to tell the story. You've just called me old. So, that's a callback, ladies and gentlemen. I said I'm going to tell a story. So I'm going to tell you a story about recently, he's just gone back to school. He's just started year 10. He's just got his first detention in school. What he done is he waited for everybody else to go into PE. He walked around and gathered up. Do you remember those big chunky wooden doorstops that you used to get in schools? He gathered up like 8 of them. And he took them into a cubicle, locked the door behind him, because he's a thinker. He put them all in the toilet, and he flushed it. And then he turned around to make his great escape after his genius prank and broke the lock off the door. This is why being a parent's really difficult, right? Because as a parent, I'm meant to go, that was really fucking stupid, you shouldn't do that, you need to behave in school, you need to learn, these are the best days of your life. But as a dad, I just kind of wanted to be like, that's well funny, you fucking legend. You can't do that as a dad though, as his mum very swiftly told me. The best part of that story as well is because the toilet started flooding and overfilling, he decided, because he couldn't get out the door, to climb over the stool. He got himself stuck. And the teachers had to come and help him out. So the teachers had to wade through ankle-high student piss to get my son out after he'd blocked the toilet. And his excuse, genuinely, he said, I'll be honest, I didn't even notice that there was any wooden blocks in the toilet. I just blocked it with a really big poo. That was genuinely his excuse. Kids are really, really fucking dumb. I do love them though. I love all you guys as well. You've all been great. Thanks very much. I've been Cheers.